Yes. What's going on, guys? This is Ben, aka Day Trading Addict, and I have another good video for you guys. Trust me, you will love this video. Today, we're going to talk about an easy supply and demand trading strategy that will help you become a better trader. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because over here, what I do, I help struggling traders take their trading to the next level, because I know if you're new to this trading world and you're looking at these charts, it can be hard sometimes, okay? So don't worry. I'm the guy that's going to help you out, that's going to help you take your trading to the next level. So let's get it. Shout out to all my addicts out there, because you know I'm not the only one that's addicted to these markets. All right, so let's get to the content. Now, before we get into the strategy, at the end of this video, I have an exclusive supply and demand indicator that's available today. This indicator will help you spot supply and demand zones, because sometimes some of you guys do not know how to spot the right supply and demand zones. So make sure you tune in for that. All right, so let's go and talk about the supply and demand trading strategy. Now, honestly, I can't believe I'm giving this away for free. I wasn't going to make this video, but I said to myself, you know what? It is what it is. I love my subscribers. Shout out to all my subscribers out there. 2 months ago, I remember I had 30 subscribers. Now I'm almost at 3K. So shout out to you guys. So I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to show you guys this strategy. And, I also believe in good karma. So, it is what it is. So I'm going to give you guys this powerful strategy. Okay. So this strategy is supply and demand combined with support and resistance. And if you don't know what supply and demand is, guys, I have so many videos talking about supply and demand, so I'm not really going to get into it today. But all you have to know is supply is actually aggressive selling and demand is aggressive buying. Okay, so let's get into the strategy. Okay, so remember, we are looking for support or resistance, and then we're looking for a supply on demand zone. Okay, so if you look at this, we have nice support right here, support right here, support right here. Okay, actually this was resistance before support. We broke, okay, the resistance. Now the resistance turned into support. Okay, now I want you guys to notice when we broke out of this right here, we created a nice demand zone right here. All right, a nice demand zone right here. Okay, so if we notice how price went back to this demand zone, gave us a nice little pin bar, and the rest was history. Nice little up move. Okay, again, so we're looking for resistance, turn it into support, or vice versa, support, turn it into resistance. Okay, we're looking for multiple touches, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, notice that this is resistance. You can't, deny that. Then we have a nice demand zone, because we have nice aggressive buying. Price came back to the zone, and we're looking to take that trade out of that zone. Okay, so let me show you guys another example. Okay, so this is a nice support right here. So we have multiple touches. That's what you're looking for, guys. Multiple touches. Support right here, guys. Support right here, right? Support right here. Okay, and then notice how price is basically holding this, support right here, level. Notice how we have price shooting out of this level. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is the same chart. Okay, so remember we had support right here. Okay, we also have support, and we had some support at the end right here, but this is a zoom in right here. So notice how price went back to the support level, and we shot out of this level right here. This is what we're looking for, okay? Aggressive buying or selling. Why? Because we want to follow the banks. We want to follow smart money. Remember, we don't move the market. These guys move the market. So we want to follow, the banks like Goldman Sachs and, these other banks. Anybody that's able to move the market, we want to follow them, okay? So we have the market moving out of this level, and we know that this is not us. It's not retail buying. Okay, it's someone that has a lot of money. We're looking for a price to come back to the zone. So this is a nice demand zone right here. Okay. Price came back to that demand zone and it gave us a nice little trade to the upside. Okay. We had a nice trend line break right here. We could have got in right there. Okay. Whatever strategy you use to get in the market, okay, we're not going to talk about that today because I have so many videos talking about strategies, how to get in the market. But we have a nice bullish bar right here. We have a nice trend line break right here. Multiple ways to get in the market, right? And the market, shot up. So let me show you guys another example. Okay, so we have support right here, guys. Actually, it was resistance first. Resistance, resistance. Boom, we broke that resistance. So resistance is going to turn into what? Support. So we're looking for a price to come back to this area. Remember, guys, we're looking for multiple touches, right? So price came back to this area right here. And guess what? Boom, we got this nice buying going on right now. Remember, that's not us. It's not our retailers. It's banks, smart money, hedge funds, is people that have a lot of money, right? We talking about billions of dollars. So if you look at this, they created a nice demand zone right here. Okay. Price came back to that demand zone, gave you a nice pop out of that demand zone, and the market, shot up. So let me show you guys another example. Okay. This one right here, we have resistance, resistance, resistance. I mean, this is like, a crazy chart right here. I mean, we're talking about price respecting this area like crazy. So we know that this is a key area right here, right? So do we see supply around this area? Yes, we do. You see, we have aggressive selling right there. Okay. So this is my zone right here. Okay. When price comes back to the zone, I want to sell this market, right? So we come back to the zone. Boom. You see selling coming in. Nice bearish bar. Going short right here. And voila. A lot of money in the bank. So let me show you guys another example. Here we go, guys. We have support. 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 Remember, we need multiple touches. Support. Support. All right. So this is a key area. Okay. Now, do we have supply around this area? Okay. Yes, we do. You don't see this crazy selling right here? A lot of selling, right? So what we do is we have a zone right here, guys. Right? You take this right here. And we didn't even go deep into the zone. We just, as soon as we touched the zone, boom, selling came in. Okay? And sellers brought down this market. Remember, multiple touches, and then we need resistance, turn it into support, or we need support, turn it into resistance, and then we need supply around that area or demand around that area. Okay? And then we wait. And then we wait for a price to come to that zone, and we're looking to take a trade. Right? Guys, so this is a very powerful strategy. I hope you guys can take this strategy and, mix it with whatever you're doing right now. Okay? If you're day trading, this strategy doesn't happen every single day. Okay? Even if you're swing trading, it doesn't happen every single day. But this is a strategy that you can use, and it works very, very good when you can actually combine support and resistance and supply and demand. Okay? Now, let's get into the indicator that I want to show you guys today. Okay, so this indicator is an exclusive indicator that I had my programmer, make for me from scratch. And I had to make sure that he knows how I trade supply and demand, because the way I trade supply and demand is different from a lot of, people that trade supply and demand. Okay. Because I actually day trade supply and demand. A lot of people don't even day trade supply and demand, but Not only that, a lot of people when they use supply and demand, they have their levels so far, and I don't trade that way because I need to be able to trade and make money daily from the 5 minute chart, or if I'm using the 1 minute chart, whatever the case is, and I can't just wait for a zone that's so far away. So I had to get him to make an indicator that's based on how I trade. Okay. And this indicator is very good for beginners because a lot of people get stuck when it comes to drawing or spotting supply and demand. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this indicator real quick, and I'm going to match it up with the trades that I took today. So this is the NASDAQ 100. If you guys don't know, I trade the NASDAQ 100. And we had a bullish market. The market was going up. So if you look at these blue candles right here, this is demand zones, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys my trade that I took today, and this is very cool because I wasn't using the indicator at all. Okay, I've been trading the markets for 13 years, so I don't need this indicator to help me out. But what is cool is the indicator had the same zones that I had today. So let me show you guys the trade that I took. Now, if you look at this screenshot, this is actually my private group right here. Okay, I was telling people that I took this trade. We had this zone right here. Notice how I have this blue box right here. I had basically marked a demand area right here. We had nice consolidation off that area, and I took a trade. Okay, so let me show you guys the indicator. Now this is the same trade right here. All right, and basically this is the demand zone right here. You see right here. Okay, and this is the demand zone I used right here, right? And this is the trade I took. Now that chart that I showed you guys, that was the 4 minute chart, and this is the 5 minute chart right here. Okay, but it's the same thing. We basically had this demand zone right here, right? And the indicator is telling me that I have a demand zone. So now with this indicator, guys, at first I was going to have my programmer have the indicator draw the supply and or demand box, itself. But I was saying to myself, I don't want the chart to look, ugly and crowded. So I said, okay, let me just have the main candle that started to move, okay, have that candle, a different color. So notice how this candle right here, this demand zone, is a different color. So you can draw your own box right here, your own demand zone right here. Price came into that, and I took a nice trade right here. Now let me show you guys my next trade. Here's another post. I told my group that I'm watching this demand zone right here. I'm waiting for price to react to that zone. So let me show you my indicator. Now notice how this indicator found that demand zone too. Okay, so we had a demand zone right here. Go look at the picture again, and we have the indicator telling us we have a demand zone. So price came into this demand zone, and I took a trade. Let me show you guys the trade I took. Okay, so remember this area right here was demand. I have my demand box right here. Price came into it. I told my group that I'm in this trade right here. Stop is at break even. Okay, and I had a nice winner on that trade, a nice 2-to-1. And here's how the trade played out. Nice little 2-to-1, nice winner out of that trade. The cool thing is I didn't even turn on the indicator today. I actually turned on the indicator just right now before I started to record this video, and I noticed that the supply and demand indicator was lining up perfectly with my trades. Okay, so let me show you guys some more trades. Now before we get into that, let me show you guys this real quick. So right now we have the demand zones, right? So the market is shooting up, so we have demand. We only looking for demand. So there's no reason to look for supply, okay? But the cool thing with this indicator is you can actually turn on supply when you need it, okay? So right now, we could turn on supply. So you notice supply right here is these candles, these light blue candles right here. And notice how we have a supply zone right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. We have a nice selling right here, and price went back to this supply zone right here. okay, and we had a nice reaction from that supply zone. Nice little tail bar and dropped. Okay, so let me show you guys some more trades that I took this week. Okay, so this was yesterday, so we're going down, so we only need supply. So let's turn off demand. Okay, so we're only looking at the supply zones. So I had a supply zone right here. Okay, and let me show you guys the screenshot in the private group. So yesterday I posted, I'm watching the zone right here. Let's see how price reacts to the zone. Okay, because you don't want to, as soon as price gets to the zone, you just don't want to sell. Sometimes where you can actually do that, but for the most part, you want to wait for some type of reaction. Okay, so if you notice, we have supply right here. Notice how we have that light blue candle right here. That is supply. So you see that you can actually put your zone right here, and I'm gonna show you guys, once you get my training program, I'm gonna show you guys how to draw the zones. Okay, so I had the zone right here, and price went to the zone, and we had a nice reaction. So I'm gonna show you guys the trade that I took yesterday. Okay, so I took a trade right here first, and I got stopped out. Okay, me personally, I don't care about losers because you're gonna have them. I took that first loss, it doesn't matter. My second trade, okay, was right here, and I got a nice 3-1. This is why I don't care about losers. Think about that. I have one loser, and then my next trade is a 3-1. A 3-1 is basically 3 times whatever you're risking. Okay, so let's say that you're risking $1 on that trade. Okay, so the first trade you lost $1. The second trade you got back all your money plus you up $2. Okay, that's the math that I like. In school, they taught you that 1 minus 1 is 0, but in my world, 1 minus 1 can actually equal 2. So I actually took a trade right there, got a nice 3-1. After that, I was done for the day. Again, guys, this is the first time I actually put on this indicator this week to look at the charts, and the indicator is actually lining up perfectly with my trades. So I'm loving that because I made sure that the programmer created this indicator and make the indicator the way I trade, the supply and demand zones. Okay, so let me show you guys one more thing. Now, the cool thing about this indicator is we can actually change the amount of bars, we want to have color. So right now we have, this bar right here, that's light blue. We only have one bar. So that's the bar that started the whole supply move, right? So let's say that you want 3 bars to show up, okay? Or let's say you want four bars to show up. So if you press 4, notice how we have 4 bars showing you supply and demand. So some people want that. Some people want, 4 bars to be painted. So well, wow, that's a major drop. Now we can actually turn it down and we can only do 2. So we have 2 right here. So we only have 2. Or we just go to that 1, okay? And then say, you know what? I just need 1. Another cool thing we can do is we can actually label the supply and demand. So let's turn on demand and let's turn on show label. Okay, now notice how we have the S for supply and the D for demand. Because if you're new, you might get confused. You don't know what is what. So you know that, okay, S is supply and D is demand now, okay? What we also can do is we can change the color of the candles. So we can go here and basically change the color. So let's say that we want this candle to be yellow. So we go here and we change it to yellow, right? And then also we can change the strength of the supply and demand zone. So let's say that if you want the supply and demand zones to be weak, you can actually decrease the amount of zones that you have. Now, let's say that you want a lot of zones, okay? You can actually, put in a certain number and notice how a lot of zones popped up. So you can actually decrease and increase the strength of the supply and demand zones, okay? So that's pretty much it. I love this indicator. I think it will help a lot of new traders out. You're gonna need the right training. I do have a training program. And once you get the training program, this exclusive indicator that's right here in front of you, you're going to get this indicator for free. Okay. I do have a Halloween sale going on. So the Halloween sale will actually end October 31st. So make sure you take advantage of that right now. The link is actually below. We will love to have you. Okay. And I will love to teach you guys my secrets because a lot of stuff I can't share on YouTube. I do give you guys a lot of value for free, a lot. But once you get the training program, you will see I have more content for you guys. So make sure you go below and take advantage of that. If you have any questions, you can email me or you can DM me via Instagram. Okay, so I hope you guys got a lot of value from this video today. The supply and demand strategy that we talked about in the first part of this video, combined with the support and resistance, it's a very good strategy, and I hope you guys learn a lot from that strategy. If so, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, watch more of my videos, guys. I have a lot of good free content out here. Follow me on Instagram, join my free Telegram group. Okay, make sure you share my videos because I believe a lot of people will benefit from this. And make sure you comment below because I try to answer all you guys' questions. All right, hit that like button once again, hit that subscribe button, and guys, please have a great day.